Guys, what's going on? My name is Luis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is September 29, 2023, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News channel. Alright guys, so we have some urgent information coming out. If you can, please share the video. And it says here, Vladimir to stage first nationwide exercise simulating nuclear strike from the West. Now, this is going to happen October the 3rd. And then you guys already know, October the 4th, the sleeping giant will be sending text alert to all mobile cell phone device. And you guys already know radio station and TV emergency broadcast. So once again, FEMA is required to test the EAS system once every 3 years. They have conducted 5 of these tests since 2016. Most recently in August of 2021. Now you guys already know this is going to happen. And I just posted a video yesterday. That link will be in the comments box. So it's going to happen. It will be sent to TVs and radios along with select cell phones that have opted in to receive test messages. So all these events is like coming almost at the same day. Exact same day. Because you guys already know, I think Russia is like a day ahead of us when it comes to the time frame zone. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. And I do have a second article I want to read to you. The Bear is preparing a new military operation, and they are signing a bill. Give me a second. Let me just bring that up really quick. This is very, very important. I got to bring this up. Let me zoom this out really, zoom it in really quick. Please share the video. I want to thank everybody so much for the love and support. So far, this channel, they haven't decreased my earnings. So everything's looked like it's going pretty well. Even though this platform has taken 3 weeks of my earnings for September, it was a huge hit to this channel. But thank you so much for those who supported us throughout those 3 weeks. Thank you so much for the support, either through PayPal or Patreon. Your support truly helps out, so thank you so much. Okay, so it says here, the Bear to inject much larger resources into UKR special military operation. All right, so the Bear has unveiled its plan to funnel massive resources into its UKR offensive to fight what is called a hybrid biblical war, unleashed by the sleeping giant NATO. So they're getting ready not only to fight UKR, they're getting ready to also fight the sleeping giant. And you guys already know the sleeping giant are sending tanks, which arrived, I think it was 2 days ago. They're sending cruise missiles. They're sending billions of dollars. Not only that, you have NATO are sending 250 aircraft. 250 aircraft in the Bear border, in front of their borders. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to come, guys. It's going to be a dark, dark winter. All right. We can, let me go with this one first. And let me just set this up. All right, so the Bear leader to stage first nationwide exercise simulating nuclear strike from the West. All right, so information is coming out today. Canadian Prepper actually posted a video last night about this. And, you know, it's very important to share these videos, everybody's videos, you know, New York Prepper, Canadian Prepper, you know, everybody else, watchmen, watchwomen are sounding the alarm. And it's very important to share the video so that way people get the message. But not only that, you need to get right with Christ. I know people are prepping. That's good. You could prep. You can do whatever you want. But the first thing you should do is recognize that Jesus is the Messiah. He's the only way, the truth, and the life. He's the only one that can save us from all this. Now, bunkers and all is nice, is beautiful, whatever. But at the very end, that's not a first class ticket to heaven. All right, so you got to get right with Jesus. The Bear will stage its first nationwide nuclear strike exercise across 11 time zones in preparation for potential nuclear war. It is scheduled to take place on October the 3rd. And you guys know October the 4th, we're going to get text alert. All right, so it is scheduled to take place on October the 3rd. And we'll see the Bear Leader group present the West as a nuclear aggressor. The one-day nuclear event exercise, which has only ever been done region by region, will include preparation for the destruction of up to 70% of the Bear housing stock and life support facility. It will assume the scenario that martial law has been introduced in the Bear and that it has gone through full mobilization. They are preparing. That's what it is. This is an exercise because they know it's coming. They know it's coming. Are we getting these type of preparation? Are we getting these type of exercise? Are we being told that there is a bunker? Is Mr. Burns telling you, hey, we got everything under control? Yes, there's exercise going on here in the Sleeping Giant. But these exercises were only meant for the most powerful ones. Sorry, those who watch Barbies, nope, you're not gonna... Those doomsday plane in the sky right now above the Sleeping Giant are meant for Mr. Burns, not for the Sleeping Giant citizens, all right? But the Bear country, they're thinking about their citizens. Belarus, Poland, all those NATO land, they're preparing, they're getting stuff ready. They even put out flyers, where's the bunker, and where to go, and how to prepare yourself for worst case scenario. Yes, there was an EAS, I think it's EAS, oh no, public service announcement, PSA, earlier this year for New York. That's it, but other than that, you know, Mr. Burns did not give us an update on, you know, where to go to, or bunkers and stuff like that. But this is why I tell people, our bunkers is in heaven. All right, we just focus on Jesus Christ. Those that run towards the mountain or the caves or underground, those are the ones that the powerful ones are going to run to. Now, in the book, again, the Bible does speak about people running to caves and underground and all that, and taking their gold and silver with them. But you know, the Bible says that none of them will escape. There's no escaping from all this. You will see the wrath of God. You will see the wrath of God. If you go to the cave, you're going to see a lot of bats going after you. Then you're going to run out the cave, and then you're going to see God's wrath. You're going to run back in the cave, and you're going to see more bats. There's no escaping. It will assume the scenario that the martial law has been introduced in the Bear country and that it has gone through full mobilization. The scenario for the test reads, in some constituent entities, regions of the Bear Federation, as a result of emergencies or other types of physical impact, complete destruction of life support facilities and up to 70% of the housing stock is possible, and envisions accidents at hydraulic structures, chemically and radiation hazardous facilities, resulting in secondary hazards. You have civil servants and regional officials will be ordered to organize non-staff emergency rescue teams, endure food and medical supplies, and protection from radioactive protection. The document further warns the risk of armed conflicts escalating into local and regional wars, including those involving nuclear powers, is increasing. This is very important stuff here, guys. They know something is coming. They know. This is what Dmitry was talking about, the former leader of the Bear. He said, we gonna be in a position that we gonna have to launch the NUKE. We have no other choice. We don't want to do this. We're not the one that's gonna have to push the button. We are being forced by NATO supplying Crane with all these powerful stuff, and it's hurting us. So at the very end, Dimitri's saying, we have no other choice. If something big happens, it's because of the sleeping giant. We are at war with the sleeping giant. The warning to the safety of the population is posed by the risk of the use by the enemy of modern long-range means of defeat, as well as possible strikes using unmanned aerial and watercraft. The Bear Leader regime had taken a decision to develop measures aimed at increasing the readiness of civil defense forces and means to take measures to protect the population. Material and cultural property on the territory of the Bear Federation, including general evacuation from danger zones. If only we got those stuff here, like if we had a leader, the sleeping giant would think stuff like this. But again, like I say, guys, this doomsday plane, there is presidential warplanes, this nuke sniffer planes, all that is happening right now above the sleeping giant. All that is not for the sleeping giant citizens. That's for Mr. Burns. That's for all these powerful ones. When, let's say, the Bear launches their nukes towards us, you better not expect Mr. Burns to come and save you. You are on your own. You were fooled. You were deceived. You were played. You're going to look up in the sky and you're going to see Mr. Burn on a plane saying, "Adios, I'm going to my underground bunker." You're going to feel like a fool. That's what happened when you put your faith and trust in men. So we are seeing the downfall of fallen men in these biblical wars. All this is man wisdom. If only men follow God's wisdom, we will not be in this spot. The Bear Leader is known to have several bunkers in his palaces in preparation for nuclear Armageddon, as well as a fleet of Doomsday 280 Max Dome aircraft. The exercise is being held 4 days before the Bear Leader celebrates turning 71. As the you-know-what's spending 40% of his state budget on the army. I like how they used to name this right here. I'm just gonna highlight it. I like how they use that name on the Bear Leader. Meanwhile, Mr. Burns is not supposed to be in the spotlight. You guys already know the 4-5-1 that easy. But again, those that cause names, those are the ones that you have to be concerned of. All right, so spending 40% of his state budget on the army, the blue, and intelligence services amid the biblical war against UKR. Details of the drill come amid the Bear Leader, Mikhail, head of the Kurchatov Institute, who demanded a resumption of nuclear weapons testing in the Arctic for the first time since the end of the SU. He has called for an equivalent jolt to Western leaders like when the U.S. tested the Tsar Bomba in 1961. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most powerful NUKE ever tested in world history. All right, this thing right here kind of spooked this sleeping giant. I guess that's what made the sleeping giant go after the bear. But once again, this here, if it's drop on the sleeping giant, is going to shake the entire land. All right. Now, some people are saying, Lewis, that thing is old. You know, it probably won't be that powerful. It's been sitting in the storage for many years, and it's not up to date. Yeah, that's true, but it still could do a lot of damage. So once again, the most powerful ever with a capacity of more than 50 megatons. That's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's 20 times more powerful than what the sleeping giant dropped in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I'm not saying the full names. All right. Um. Oh, by the way, today, Mr. Mark Milley retires. He stepped down. He stepped down. So he stepped down. That was big breaking news today. He stepped down. That's it. He retires today. No more of the, you know what? They're going to replace him with someone else. And all this is happening now? I think this is a correct idea, said the 77-year-old, part of the close circle of aging, longtime friends around the bear leader. This is exactly the same situation now. It is enough to conduct tests on Novaya, the bear Arctic archipelago, said this person, at least once, and everything will fall into place. Now, the bear defense minister, Sergei, visited Novaya last month, and a signed test may resume soon. The rhetoric was raised by loyalist MP and army commander, I'm going to skip his name, who demanded the bear leader to be ready to use nuclear. Well, sleeping giant, everything was good. I mean, when the 405 was in the spotlight, we didn't see none of this type of stuff going on. I mean, yes, we've seen a little bit of this and that, but didn't we have like gas prices at $1.89 a gallon, and food was cheap, and you know, everything was pretty good until 2020. Boom! Everything transformed. Those in the spotlight is like, enough is enough. Everything's looking peaceful. I miss destruction. All right, so let's see what's going on with this one here. So the bear has revealed its plan to funnel massive resources into its UKR offensive to fight what is called a hybrid war unleashed by the sleeping giant, NATO, particularly the sleeping giant. Are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? They're getting more money. They know something big is coming. They know something big is coming. So the Bear Finance Ministry, according to a document released on Thursday, revealed their defense spending on the Bear Capital Special Military Op in UKR is set to jump by more than 68% year on year to almost 10.8 trillion rubles. That's $111.15 billion. Those type of numbers that I just mentioned, that's WW3 money right there. That's like WW3 money right there. The focus of economic policy is shifting from an anti-event to the promotion of national development goals. Now, it added that such a decision included strengthening the country's defense capacity and integrating Luhansk and all these regions that was annexed last year by the bear, the 4 UKR regions that were annexed to the Bear Federation last year, following a local referendum in the regions which have not yet fully fallen under the bear control. The huge hike is more than the spending allocated for social policy in the bear country. It is obvious that such an increase is necessary, absolutely necessary, because we are in a state of hybrid biblical war. We are continuing the special military op. The Gov of the Bear spokesman Dmitry said on Thursday, I'm referring to the hybrid war that has been unleashed against us by the sleeping giant. According to figures and calculation by AFP, the bear defense spending in 2024 is set to total around 3 times more than education, environmental protection, and healthcare spending combined. How in the world they get all that money? I thought the sanctions were supposed to hurt them. Can someone answer that for me, please? How in the world is the bear getting all this money? We have placed sanctions on the bear, and it's hurting them very, very bad. Yeah, they're giving free food to the world, and now they're about to increase their military stuff. I don't know, guys. I don't know. People keep saying that the bear's weak. If that's the case, how come they are increasing their military stuff now? The announcement came as UK Defense Secretary Grant, French Defense Minister Sebastian, and NATO Secretary General Mr. Jan convened in the Yellow Blue Country capital on Thursday to discuss more military aid to UKR, whose leader, Mr. Z, is tirelessly lobbying for more air defense system to boost its slow counteroffensive against the bear forces. Now, the bear capital has repeatedly warned NATO leaders, including the sleeping giant, against the continued supply of this powerful stuff to UKR, pointing out that such measure will not stop the bear troops from defending its objective, and that arming the Yellow Blue Country capital will only prolong the biblical war. And that's where we are right now. The sleeping giant are trying so hard to stop the bear, and they still can't. They still can't. How much was spent? Man, I lost count. How many stuff were destroyed? I lost count. You got NATO, you got almost half of the world against one land, and they still can't stop that bear. And some people are saying we're not giving enough. We need to give the whole thing. Yeah, just might as well give him the entire sleeping giant land. So again, this is where we are right now, guys. They're preparing. They know that the sleeping giant is not going to stop. The sleeping giant, the Warhawk that I've been saying for many years, it's just provoking the bear. October the 3rd, the bear to stage first nationwide exercise simulating nuclear strike from the sleeping giant. And then October the 4th, the sleeping giant will conduct nationwide emergency alert tests. Why it says August 11th? Something wrong with that one. It's October the 4th. Alright, so this is where we are right now, guys. I will keep you updated on the story. Just share the video. Again, I want to thank everybody so much for supporting the channel throughout the month of September. It's been really, really hard for us in the month of September. We used the funds to pay for the electronic and, you know, all this lights and computer being on 24/7. It does pull from the electricity. So we use a lot of the funds for a lot of things here, guys. So I want to thank everybody so much for the prayers for the channel. So far, they haven't decreased my earnings, but they took 3 weeks. Those 3 weeks, it was a big punch in the gut. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, for those of you that want to give your life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.